Hello, welcome back to It's New. Barry Schwartz here. We got Mordy and Greg. I think Crystal's on a flight until a Wix event or co-sponsored event with Local U, the local people. So yeah, if you're going to be there, I may stop by. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see if Mordy can twist my arm,
I don't care. Do what you want.
or Greg has lice or something. I don't know.
Greg
Well, I
does have.
touch my hair. My hair is too long. I
Oh.
touch it every time. I look at like a crazy person when I get in.
If
You
here.
look like
if you
your
were
hair
my
makes you look
kid,
like
I'd
a
be like,
crazy-
oh, check for lice. Check for lice right now.
I don't know. You're talking about problems with hair. I mean, come on. All right. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Google updates, their crawler documentation, some other things. Morty, what do you got for us?
Who needs SEOs when you have AI?
And Greg.
Google is calling in the police, the reviews police, as they're placing new restrictions on business.
Yada, yada, yada. And Morty, you want to lead this off?
Okay, so Google's one of their social accounts was a small business, Google small business account on X, put out a poll asking, hey, so now that you have Gemini, would you use Gemini to do SEO for your A, keyword optimization, B, content creation? We're going full on, just all the content, meta title descriptions, like that one kind of makes sense, and other comment below. And SEOs, surprisingly, I've never seen this behavior before. It went ballistic in the comments. I can understand like the title tag thing, like sure, like write a meta description. We have that inside of Wix, like read the page, write a meta description. Content creation, there's small businesses, like they're gonna take what you're saying as, oh, that's a good idea. Wow.
Yeah,
Now
no,
the tables have turned.
to your point, Morty, I had to go back and reread the tweet because you had made it sound like they had asked, would you do it? And that was part of the poll. But the beginning of the thing is like PSA.
Yeah.
Use Gemini.
This reminds me of a certain company's Super Bowl ad from 2018. How the tables have turned.
It is. And Google had to pull their Super Bowl commercial, not their what's it called commercial, their commercial in the Olympics. They're just going, everything they're firing is just like misfiring. And since the past year or so, it's just, I guess it's karma for a lot of SEOs since the helpful content update, and they're pretty happy about this, but it's just insane. The comments about this are just, it's funny. I posted some, but it's all over. It's all over social, across obviously X, LinkedIn, and so forth. So yeah, thanks for covering that. And moving on to Greg on reviews.
Okay, over on Search Engine Roundtable, there is some update to the reviews, or I guess profile policy violations. So in the past, this was only for the UK, and it had read that there could be like restrictions, and now there's new business profile restrictions for policy violations. And if you have fake engagement policy, which Google has for these, there are 3 different things that can come down from this if you are engaging in review farming and fake reviews, fake engagement, and everything. And Google had said, before I give these 3, that businesses that violate our fake engagement policy may be subject to certain restrictions if we determine they violate activity on their profiles. They don't actually say how they're going to determine that. I'm assuming it's some AI and not humans or anything like that. But the examples that will happen if you are deemed to be violating that policy is 1, you will not be able to receive new reviews or ratings for a set period of time. 2, existing reviews or rating will be unpublished for a set period of time. And 3, you will get a warning to let customer know that fake reviews were removed. This sounds really good. I have no idea how they're going to do this because
Gemini.
we've seen, I mean, they can't support, their ad support. They outsource all, I don't know how they're going to do this. It'd be great if this is like peachy keen and works fine and they have a task force.
So I think they have been doing this. I've covered examples of local SEO saying new reviews are not there because of a policy violation, or existing reviews were removed because of policy violation, or even warnings showing up because of policy violation. So they've been doing it. I think this is just a doc update. So I think they have been doing this, and there was a doc update. I don't know if they're doing it well. I mean, Gemini obviously helps with everything, as Morty said, but I think they have been doing this. People are saying, things are coming down the pipe. And if you see Tim, who covers local stuff really, really well, he posted about this, and it was a nice document find. But I think it's just like Google's been doing this. That's updated documentation to say we do this. But I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure Google's been doing this. Maybe they'll scale it up. I don't know.
Yeah, I just see a lot of fake reviews, and you look for a plumber, and one person has 2,000 reviews, and one person has 13, and I'm going with 13. But Barry, to your point, Tim had said it's about to get real. Tim Capper over on X.
Yeah, so that confused me a little bit. I thought it was real. I have tons of like garbage reviews on my stuff. I'm not sure why. It's like cooking rest, like cooking. It was ridiculous, but I think people mess around with me online. So, and I enjoy it. So it's all good. Talking about changes to online documentation. The Google has updated their crawler and fetcher documentation to basically move it from one page to multiple pages to organize it better, they said. And also they actually pulled out some really nice additions to the documentation, including a new section called affected products, and then examples also of how to actually write your robots.txt in that group. The affected products is pretty cool. So I pretty much pulled it out for each crawler, saying how Google bot images, Google video bot, and other crawlers that Google has, those specific crawlers and those directives actually affect the Google products. Some of them are unrelated to Google search at all, so it's good to know. So I definitely spend some time scanning through this documentation, or at least read what I wrote on Search Engine Roundtable, because it pulls out how each Google bot affects a Google product, if at all. So that was a nice little update there.
I have a question. Did they use Gemini to write the new documentation?
I don't think so. I think I used an image that Lizzie Sassman from Google creates. She does this crochet work, and she just takes great photos. So I used one of her images for this because I think she wrote this documentation.
But so I was going to say that's the best AI image you've had yet, but it's not AI.
It's not AI. She actually took that with her camera.
But why did they're recommending Gemini for content creation?
They are, but not the Google search.
Show don't tell.
Yeah, that's typical Google stuff. And then talking about typical Google stuff, people are like, we can't find any of the Google documentation or docs and files and exhibits for the Department of Justice. So Ariela Garcia, the director of intelligence at Check My Ads, who basically a digital watchdog group who has created a new site called US v Google Ads, for US versus Google Ads.com. And they uncovered like a bunch of documentation that Google's actually posting to their website, probably because they have to legally, with all the files and exhibits that are produced in this document, in this trial. Right now, they're going through the remedy aspect of the trial. So there's a lot of stuff that are still going to come out. Some of it's repetitive, and a lot of people are covering it as if it's new, but new stuff will be coming out or has been coming out. So I definitely recommend, if you want to dig into this stuff, and you love reading through legal documentation, because that's your hobby, there's going to be lots of legal docs available for you to actually scan through with the help of the Check My Ads and the US versus Google website. So definitely take a look at that. It's fun. It's really fun stuff to read constantly over and over again.
Is that what you read before you go to bed, Barry?
I like boring stuff, but when it comes to legalese stuff, I don't like that. I like, patent stuff, but not legalese stuff. I don't know why. I don't know. People are like, why do you cover this stuff? Why do you write more about legal stuff? I'm like, I hate covering like politics and legal stuff. Let Department of Justice do whatever they want to Google. When it happens, I'll cover it. And if Bing becomes a bigger search engine, I'll write more about Bing. It all depends on what the people are talking about. So I don't know. I just hate covering legal stuff. And people don't get that. They think I'm like, you're not covering it because you're trying to like mask what's going on with Google and you don't want anybody to know anything bad about Google. I'm like,
that's my first thought.
Yeah. Like I cover every single Google bug, every single like horrible update, and I, whatever. Anyway, thanks so much for listening to the Do It's New. We should be back tomorrow. That's the Tuesday. I don't know where I'll be. I'm gonna try. I don't know. Too early to record. I don't know if I'm gonna actually head over to Local U that early, but maybe I'll go over a little bit later. Anyway, thanks so much for listening, and we're back tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.